It's never easy to forgive, but we gotta forgive and and move forward. A lot of things are happening around us. This life. This is what we go through. Each and every single day of our lives. We meet people we love. We hurt those people, or sometimes also those people hurt us. Because when I say we gotta be able to forgive, I mean also that we gotta be able to not only to forgive, but people, gotta understand that they need to forgive us too. So we usually go through a lot of things in our lives, and for some reasons, like we hurt people around us, people we love the most, people we care, the most. Just imagine that that you hurt your mom. It's pretty much common in Africa, and that's where I really understood, I really realized the power of the word. Whatever comes out of your mouth, you gotta be careful to whatever comes out of your mouth, especially when you talk to your kids, when you talk to people you love, because it has an impact. The impact won't happen overnight. It will happen maybe at a later stage in your life. So you really have to be careful whenever you say something to people. So you get a mom like very angry for some reason. Maybe you did something wrong, something that nobody can forgive you. Like right away. You hurt your mom to an extent that your mom say something wrong to you. What you don't understand is that at the same time when she says something wrong to you, doors start closing. So that's something you do not realize. You turn your back and then carry on in your life, but then you suddenly realize that whatever you do, you do not succeed. Every door you try to open seems to be closed. All the people you go to seems not to be really uh, seems to not be able to help you. Then you start wondering, but time keeps on going. You know what I'm talking about? Because you do a lot of things, but you don't succeed. Or you do something today, it seems to succeed, but then few hours or few days or few time later, it just like stopped working the way you expect it to work or to go. So then you gotta sit down and think about everything. Try to go deep into your mind, try to go deep into your soul, and try to think about something that may have happened, maybe something that you did to somebody. And then if you realize that you did something wrong, maybe to a parent, maybe to your mom, that you hurt her, you gotta stand up. You gotta put yourself on your legs, on your feet, and go straight to that person that you hurt. Go to that mom that you hurt. Kneel down if you have to and ask her forgiveness. A man will always forgive you. That's something that I've learned. Thanks God, I've never hurt my mom to an extent that she's mad at me, like for a month or all that stuff. No, I always done my best to avoid these kind of things, because I do understand, like the importance of a mom. I do know the sacrifices that she did for me. So I don't want to get myself in trouble with my mom for some reasons. No, I always try to please my mom, and thankfully, and thanks God, thanks Allah. um I have actually no reason, like to get my mom mad or angry at me. So go to that person and ask them to forgive you. And for sure, if it's a mom, she will at the same time forgive you. She will remind you maybe how bad you hurt her feelings. You made her heart bleeding, but she will forgive you. And once she forgives you, stand up, go back to yourself, and then you will realize that everything is open. You don't even need to struggle. You just put your hand on the door, then it just open. You start getting like calls coming from everywhere, saying that, look, boss, I mean, you did a request for something, it did work. So you just surprised. and then you just realize that you did hurt somebody. You hurt, like, your God on earth. And the fact that, you went back to that person, to that God, and you ask her for forgiveness, she did forgive you. Everything now is going for the best for you. The same applies to men. I'm focusing right away on men because there's that age where we think that we are the stronger, in life, just because, like, we got girlfriends around. You see what I'm talking about? So you got two, three, four girlfriends, and you're proud of, having thousands of girlfriends. It's like a pride. I mean, I gotta admit that, when you grow up, when you still don't really think a lot, it's always like a good thing, because you brag about, having, like, different, like, thousands of girlfriends. You brag, and other men say, ah, this guy is strong. I mean, usually men who say that are also those like you. Boys who say that are boys like you, who don't really think, they don't think a lot, so they think that it's a good thing, or like it's being like a man having, like, a lot of girlfriends or that stuff, but it is not the case. So then you heard that you got a couple of girlfriends, and there's one, that she loves you more than anything else. But by the way, among girls that we met in our life, we usually know the one who loves us the most. Even if at this time I'm talking, you got two or three girlfriends, just try to sit down and see. There's always one who loves you more than anything else. Is that one who's able to do a lot of things for you, who's able to sacrifice her life for you, sacrifice a lot, for you to be happy. So when you heard that person, few years, down the road, you just realize that things are not going the way you are expecting them to go, and then you sit down, the same thing, same exercise. Think, go deep into your soul, deep into your spirit, and try to remember if you did something wrong to somebody, and then you just realize that, wow, this is the person that I heard the most into my life. She loved me, she was always there for me, but I heard her. Go to that person. Don't even waste your time, bro. Don't waste your time, sister. Just stand up on your feet, go to that person. It doesn't matter how far she is. If she's far, and then there's there's any way that you can get in touch with her, either by social media or by telephone. I mean, try to see where you can get, her phone number. I mean, I would do the same thing. Frankly, I'm not saying that just to encourage you. I would do the same thing. Who knows? I may have done. I think I've done it. I've done it because I realized that at a certain stage in my life that things were a little bit, tricky, and so I had to sit down, think, and then I didn't understand why I did wrong. So I went back to that person. I couldn't see the person. I found like ways to get in touch with that person. I was able to do so. Call that person and apologize. Apologize from the bottom of your heart, because when you ask for forgiveness to somebody and you are sincere, the person can see. It's readable, on your forehead. We can see that, that person is really sorry for what they did. Ask forgiveness to that person. Ask forgiveness for making her cry every night for you. She'll always come to you, to your place, to spend some time with her, but you always neglect her, and go to the other woman. Say, I'm sorry you know for all the wrong things that I did to you. I'm sorry for breaking your heart. I'm sorry for making you cry, every night. Say, I mean, learn how to say sorry from the bottom of your heart. And once she forgives you, once she say, I understand you, I forgive you, for what you did to me. You hurt me, but I forgive you. At the same time she said that, there's usually a magic that just happens. You will see that things start going well for you. You will see that whatever you did, like, that seemed to be block or hard, becomes pretty much easy for you, just because somebody, the person, the only person that you heard say, forgive you for what you did for her. So let's always remember that there's nothing wrong with saying forgive me, especially when you are the one who hurt, somebody. It's always like, it's always a great thing, to go to somebody and apologize for what you did wrong. So thank you again for listening to me. Let's meet again, some other time. Thank you again. Good night and take care of you. Bye.